So these are the cattle that we have on the meadow today. They're Longhorns, and they were the ones who were introduced in the 1980s. As far as we know, there have been cows and possibly even sheep on the meadow going right back to medieval times, because of course the meadow has belonged to Christchurch, or St Friedwide's Priory before that, since the 14th century. A very famous engraver called David Logan from the middle of the 17th century produced pictures, bird's eye views of all the colleges of Oxford and Cambridge. And this one is of Christchurch as it was in about 1670. Up in this corner is the meadow, and you can just see a few cows here happily grazing away before they go off to slaughter.
My name is Charlie G. I look after the Longhorns on Christchurch Meadow, and we recently took a delivery of 5 new Longhorns to add to the existing 9. Some of the 9 were getting a bit old and we're just looking to replace them in the near future. They are different to the normal cows that we keep. They're a lot more stubborn. They have big horns that you have to kind of mind out the way of, but they're not aggressive in any way or form. Quite easily. I mean, they have a pecking order anyway. They're very matriarchal in their society that they live in.
We don't know exactly when grazing on the meadow actually stopped, but by the middle of the 1980s, the meadow was in an appalling state. It was full of nettles, it was full of thistles. One of the senior members of Christchurch, who was a specialist in agriculture, suggested that we brought cattle onto the meadow in order to improve its condition.
The bottom part is a bit scrubby and reedy and stuff like that, but it's perfect for these old sort of rare breedy type cows where they like to graze on sort of like slightly less good grass. They thrive out there.
I'm John James and I'm head gardener at Christchurch. Biodiversity is important as part of our mission at Christchurch to improve the standards of the gardens and the meadow. We're trying really hard to restore lost species that have over the centuries moved away from the meadow due to past practices, and so we're trying to go back to how it would have been years and years ago. The cows are important to the biodiversity in increasing our range of wildflowers that grow here, because they eat off the excess grass growth once the hay crop's been taken, and also because their hooves churn up the soil, leaving bare areas for species to seed into and re-establish. The cows are great and they've got such amazing character with their weird horns and their fancy coloured patterns. So yeah, it's always nice to see them here and come and say hello to them whenever I go past.